Yeah.
Hey folks, I'm Alan Parks.
And I'm Mark Larson.
And we are the Smart Fellers.
Wow.
We did it right again. I think that makes it twice so far. Hey, today we're going to talk about, we're going to follow up our last video, which was like, what is the one guitar that you could use the most and is the most versatile? Today, we're going to talk about the other end of the spectrum. What instrument do we have that we use the least? And is the least useful.
The least useful instrument.
The least useful instrument.
Yeah.
In other words, which one sits in its case in the garage or stored away?
Yeah.
Right? Or you
Right.
use it as a coaster or something. So here we go. Would you like to start?
Yeah, I had to dig this out from under the stairwell.
From under the stairs, right? Case in point.
In its case.
Its case.
And,
all right. What is it?
This is a heavy guitar.
Okay.
This is a Regal
resonator
guitar
mm-hmm.
with a rattle, so I put a little shim under here.
Which didn't entirely help.
No, but if I play it soft enough, it won't rattle.
Well, good thing it's loud then. Okay.
But it is heavy. It's the whole body is metal. The neck is wood, of course, mahogany.
Okay. So let's do it bit by bit here. So what are its good points?
Oh well, it's great for busking.
It's loud.
Don't need an amp. It's louder than an acoustic guitar. It's good points.
It looks terrific. I think it looks really cool.
I like the perloid look.
Oh yeah, especially on the headstock.
Hopefully you can see that. What else? It's kind of nice patina.
I like the sound of resonator guitars. For a certain thing, they're pretty cool. For like traditional jazz, or like we're talking about, old traditional blues kind of things, blues in general.
Yeah.
It's got a good sound for that.
Yeah.
So struggling to find other good things about it, though, right?
I am. It was one of those things. It was this or another acoustic guitar at the store when I bought this. Mm-hmm. I remember I sent you 2 pictures.
Oh yeah.
From the store. I went, this one or this one? You're like, oh, we could use the one for busking.
Yeah.
Which was a great idea, but I mean, really, I've used this guitar maybe a half a dozen times on a gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it sits in the case.
So good points. Extremely limited on good points, and mostly by the way it looks.
Yeah. Well, it looks cool. It sounds cool. But I just don't play that style very much.
Right. Okay, so what else makes it a guitar that you don't really pick up? What are its cons?
It does have this buzz.
It's got a rattle in it.
And then I noticed it's got a little bit of fret buzz too. So
that might just be a setup
probably have
issue.
to adjust the neck a little bit.
Yeah, the truss rod.
Yeah. I just don't use it. It's just sitting around doing nothing.
Well, me not being a guitarist, but I picked it up and played a few notes before we taped, and I noticed that the neck feels really short.
Yeah.
12th fret is...
The 12th fret's way up here.
Way up there.
So I noticed that when I'm playing it and I'm soloing, I lose my place a lot.
Right.
Because A is not where it's supposed to be, and, it's like, wait, what key am I in?
Also, it's very heavy.
It's
heavier than any of my electric basses.
Yeah, how much would you say that weighs?
I don't know. I'm horrible at guessing that sort of thing. But I also noticed that it doesn't balance well on your lap either.
No.
It wants to fall off the back, and it's slippery.
It is.
So...
Well, yeah, I did put a pin on here.
Mm-hmm.
So it works better with a strap.
Even seated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So... All right, so limited use instrument. Look for it on Craigslist anytime soon.
No doubt. Because I need to fund my next project.
Because you need to fund the next project, a guitar that you will play.
Yes.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, coming up.
Okay, so there you go.
There it is.
Pretty limited use kind of goofy guitar, huh?
Yeah.
And so after this video, you're going to do what? Put it back in its case and throw it back under the stairs?
No, I'm going to take a picture of it first.
Oh, to put on Craigslist. It's a nice shape.
It is. It's a good shape.
Regal is not a bad brand.
No, it's but it is budget. It's
yeah.
It's not a It's not a crappy instrument.
No,
by any means.
no, it's not a crappy instrument.
For somebody who likes that style, I mean, it's a good guitar for them.
It'd be fine for that, yeah.
Yeah.
But not for you.
Not for me.
Not for you.
Nope.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, what do you got?
All right. I got one of these.
What is that?
This is
A toy.
an Asbory Bass. Well, it feels like a toy. This is an Asbory Bass. These things have been around for quite a while. I know, I have to trim that off. It is a small bass. Supposed to sound like an upright, which it kind of does by virtue of not having any sustain whatsoever. It has like silicone rubber strings that
You have to put back in place.
you have to put back in. The bridge, actually, the nut actually is just to hold it where it belongs. It doesn't have a lot to do with its height. It's got active electronics. Asbory basses came out independently, and then they were bought very soon after that by Guild, and then Guild sold it to Fender. This is a Fender bass.
You fooled me.
And I'm not even sure if they make them still.
Why did you buy it?
Okay, I bought this because it's tiny and it does have a bass sound.
It does sound pretty good.
It sounds okay. It's really awkward to play. It's fretless, and it's got like I don't know what this is, like a 14-inch scale or something like that. And I'm used to 32 inches or 40 something on an upright. And I bought this because I was doing a lot of gigs with a band that would play all over the place, and we'd fly sometimes. So I had bought an electric upright bass to use for these flying gigs instead of bringing a full-on upright. And I built a flight case for it, and I would check it through like luggage. And that's all fine, but sometimes airports lose your luggage. So I was like, well, if they lose that, how am I going to do my gig? So I bought this, and it was only like $300, $200. It's a really inexpensive instrument. And it's got a little gig bag, and I would just carry it on. And I just thought of it as an insurance.
Yeah.
It was inexpensive. I could carry it on. I didn't have to worry too much about it. It's stupid, but I could do the gig if I had to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really
Did you have to?
I never had to, but I'll tell you, if I didn't have it, they would have lost my bass.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a goofy instrument. It's got active electronics, like I said. So it's got a master volume. It's got active, so
Where's the pickup?
treble, cut, and boost, and then bass, cut, and boost. The pickup's a piezo pickup built into the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and originally, the strap pins, this is the original strap pin, and then there's one back here. If you put a strap on those pins, it's not going to do anything but dive on you. So what I did is I put this piece of metal on there, bolted it on, and cut a hole so it'll hang on a strap properly.
Mm-hmm.
So even so, it had to be modified. And it's got guitar tuners, and it's got these huge fat silicone rubber strings, which is what gives it its tone. These are the same kind of strings that you see on like the Kala ukulele basses that are so popular now.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, it's the same strings, and
It sounds like one of those.
Yeah, it is, because it pretty much is. You can order those Kalas as fretless instruments, and it's basically this, only it's a hollow body.
Yeah.
And it's not loud enough to play acoustically. You have to amplify it anyway.
Right.
So, but these were around a lot before Kala came up with those ukuleles.
Yeah.
So, so it is useful as a novelty if you want to goof around. It's for bass players. This is a bass you can put in your pocket. It's nice and small, but it's really tricky. It's like even shorter scale than a guitar. So the frets are super close together, which bass players are used to this.
Yeah.
You know, but I've got like a 7-fret stretch without straining on this. So screwy little instrument, goofy little instrument, but it's fun. It's cute.
You're going to keep it?
Yes, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it because I wouldn't get more than $50 for it anyway. And it's fun. And, you know, if I end up doing gigs where I'm flying, I may carry this along anyway, just just for that reason. And it's good for just practicing or goofing around on. And,
Yeah.
and it sounds fine. So that's this, but I play at least of all of my instruments.
Yeah.
I really do.
When's the last time you pulled that out?
I pull it out every so often just to show my students so they get a good laugh.
Oh, yeah.
But to play at a gig, I don't think I've ever played it at a gig. So there you go, Asbory Bass. I do recommend them. They're fun. They're inexpensive. They're fun. But
it's a toy.
But it's kind of a toy. It's kind of a toy. So at this point, I think what we're going to do is let's play a song.
Oh, what do you want to play?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to turn it up a bit. I'm a little bit quiet there.
How about Sweet Georgia Brown?
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
Last word. I was going to save that for the end of the video.
Oh, we got another one.
I will edit that. Oh, okay. So anyway, there you go. Least used instruments we own. Hey, hit like.
Ringy dingy.
Hit subscribe, right? Leave a nice comment. Be nice, please. No rudeness online. We got enough of that. So anyway, until next time, I'm Alan Parks.
And I'm Mark Larson.
And we are
the
Smart Fellers.
Okay. So, I've got a project.
You have a project.
Yes. And Alan and I are going to be working on this. And this is this guitar. So I get a text from Alan. This is probably 10 years ago, I'd say, something like that.
Maybe a little more.
Maybe more. Hey, I found this on Craigslist. Let's go check it out. So we go check it out and end up buying it for $300. It's a Line 6 Variax 300. It's a modeling guitar. Does all the the guitar models,
Right, it's supposed to sound like a Strat and a Tele and an acoustic and blah, blah,
and
blah.
a 12 string, and it did all that pretty well, but it quit working. And you can't get Line 6 to fix anything. Sorry, Line 6, but here's the guts. These are the guts.
That's where the magic doesn't happen.
This is where the magic doesn't happen. There's even a Fishman pickup on the backside of the bridge here, which is kind of cool. But so now I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to do with this guitar?
Right. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's useless.
But what do you have?
What do I have?
What is good about it?
I love the feel of the neck. I love the look.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice looking guitar, and especially with this on here.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, well, maybe I should put some pickups in here. And, first I'm like, well, I don't know if I should fill this whole cavity and start over and route some new holes for the pickups or what. But I'm thinking of just maybe putting a bigger pick guard on it, put some route in, actually mount the pickups to the pick guard like a Strat does.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want it to sound like a Strat. I want it to sound like a more modern style guitar.
Well, yeah.
Because I have a Strat.
You've got a Strat.
I don't need another Strat. So, but I don't have a modern, type, a modern sounding guitar. But it played really nice. The action was really good. The neck felt good. And I think it's worth saving. And I want to know what you all think. What would you do to this guitar? I'm open to painting it. I'm not I'm not stuck on keeping it black, but I do
Yeah.
like the black look. But I'm thinking maybe a not a silver sparkle, but a sparkle paint job maybe. I'm not big on sunburst. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, there's a big old hole in it.
I'll probably just take the guts out of this plate and, you know, put a
regular jack
in there, and I don't know what about that.
Nah,
Maybe just leave that thing in there.
Leave it.
People can go, ooh, what's that?
Yeah. So what we're going to do, I guess, is as you work on this, get some, modification updates.
Yeah. Every so often, we'll let you know what's new on this project, and you can follow along and stay up to date with us. And maybe you have a guitar like this that you'd like to modify, and we can. And please, share your comments. We'd like to know what you think.
Yeah.
We're open to suggestions.
Yeah, there's all of the pieces and parts and stuff.
Oh, and yeah, I thought about putting active pickups in it, yes, but I don't know. I'm not a metal player.
Well, and here's the thing is you don't want to put in stuff that makes it like a Strat, because you've got a Strat.
Right.
You've got a Telly.
Yeah.
You've got a Gretsch.
I've got a P90 on my Junior. I've got lots of single coil pickups. I do have some humbuckers on my Telly, the wide range. But those are...
So it'd be nice if this did something...
This could be more modern sounding, like a rock guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so stay tuned. We'll see what comes up.
All right.
All right, cool.